Hi everybody, Hazel here. Again, this is my Divination series part 7. Today we're going to talk about crystal balls and gazing balls. I have compiled a bunch of divination tools together and sat down and wrote out like a huge thing on it, trying to explain to people beginning their path and even just kind of like a reconnect to those that have been on their path for a long time. My personal views are not those of other people's in the pagan community. These are just my views and how I utilize my tools. And you guys can take what, you subscribe to and leave the rest. So talking about gazing balls, or the oh so eerie crystal ball. Crystal balls are actually, for me, something that I work with, and I've taken it out of my professional practice for a few reasons. But we will get into that at a later moment. Gazing balls have been around for centuries. As to using them, it's actually quite simple. We have all heard or seen gazing balls in movies. Hollywood has especially played this out in most of their movies, depicting a wicked witch with a gnarly nose, green skin, warts, and the black cape and long, gnarly nails staring into a gazing ball. Now, gazing balls, due to Hollywood and some ill-practicing readers, give it a bad name. So this is well known. You have people that will, like, I think it was the 18 or the 1900s, in the beginning of them, people were actually setting up gazing balls, and they were having them rigged so people would get freaked out by certain things, or like a light would flicker out. There's a whole huge history into that. So today we're going to explain how this works in a more traditional setting. This isn't Hollywood, witches don't have powers where we can move our hand and our whole house is clean. That's not how it works. Gazing balls are used to see into the future. Whereas tarot cards and oracle cards, you get a glimpse of the future, but you see more of the past and the present. At least I do. I don't know about other practitioners. For me, the gazing ball is about the future, and it is something that you have to wait to understand what it is. This is done with dim lighting and gazing intently into it, kind of like you would with a black mirror or any other darkened surface that you would utilize to use your own divination skills or scrying. You allow your eyes to focus and see what you can. Being able to understand what you see can take a lot of time to decipher. Gazing balls can also be used to understand the past. So now that I'm talking about the past, you can understand the past through a gazing ball, through a meditative state. I'm going to share how they work with me in particular. And my experience is a lot different than compared to other people's. I actually am not very graced on doing this for other people. My scrying ball works specifically for me, in the best version of it. Like this, I have used this in my practice for paid readings, and it's been dead on, and there's things that I couldn't explain to people until after, like 6 months down the road. Now, most people just gaze into the ball and see things in it by allowing themselves into a meditative state, also known as a doorway to the veil. In my experience, though, I've actually been able to see and capture what I see. The biggest problem being I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's the future or the past. I have been able to predict children, pregnancies, babies that were unborn, miscarriages, understanding my ancestors, and seeing who was assisting from the other side of the veil. Those are just a few things I've seen in my scrying ball. I was able to understand these only in the future. So I'm going to give you guys a moment, and I normally would never show you my scrying ball, but this is my scrying ball in its, driest form of being protected in its own casing. Gazing balls are always kept away from light, getting into them, because you will pick up the energy and it will be reflected into the gazing ball. And it holds energy kind of like a doorway. Like if you were to stare at a mirror, you were to have two mirrors facing each other, it would not only absorb it, but then in time, eventually that energy would leak out of it. Reflective surfaces can cause a lot of mundane problems in absorbing that kind of energy, And I always cleanse before and after using it for this reason. Now, showing it to other people, I will also cleanse my gazing ball, and there's other ways that I protect myself and others from what could be through my gazing ball. And again, this is something that I utilize for my own practice. I have done it for other people in the past, and I haven't really done much since I predicted a baby. Crystal balls are usually clear. Some come in colored balls, as you saw. Mine is not clear. I mean, it's clear, but it's, you know, like it has a red tint to it. And it came, like mine came with a stand. Most people's do, but if you look at the intricate detail in there, like you can tell this is not poorly made. I'm very, like, detail oriented when it comes to my personal practice and my tools. I like pretty things. So first you would set your ball up, you would cleanse it, you would purify it, and you would put a lit candle behind it. You don't have to, but I actually suggest doing that because you will get reflections of other things into the ball in highly lit areas. I allow myself to take into account that I cannot be prejudiced when I, like, prejudiced towards myself or what I see. Like, if I see a rose, it doesn't always mean I'm falling in love or someone I know is falling in love. It could be the thorns and something is about to come its way. So you have to be very understanding of what you see. Eventually it will tell you a story if you look at it long enough. That actually happened to me when I was 12, and that was through a mirror, not through a scrying ball. This is what makes this a lot of fun. Like, you are able to see images. I was personally able to capture images inside of the ball due to whatever was going on. And that's how I actually did my crystal ball readings, was by sharing the photos that I was able to make out certain things in. I actually had somebody tell me my imagination is too wild, and I didn't know what I was talking about, but going back to the person that had a baby predicted not even 3 months prior to, that would be a fun one to explain to them. You allow your eyes to unfocus and wait until the ball is completely filled with either like a smoke or a vision within it, and you are able to see the images. Now, sometimes I will see gray smoke, white smoke, black smoke, and they all have different meanings. And this is a way for your unconscious and conscious mind to meet and work together. Rationalizing what you see at first is not something that I suggest, because you will literally make yourself feel like you're crazy. I don't rationalize what I see, I interpret what I see. I am able to retain the images in a camera, and if you guys have been following me on Facebook for the past 5 years, you will have seen evidence of this yourselves. Now, when working with any type of scrying or divination tool, I always suggest doing your research on it. Google, and there are thousands of books out there on crystal balls. Make sure you find one, pick it up, and make sure it's reputable. I always cleanse before and after each reading, and protect during the reading. So there's a method to my madness when I am working by myself. And there are different ways of reading the crystal ball, and sometimes you will get images or words that will pop into your mind. This is also a way of spirit connecting to you and telling you, hey, this person needs, or you need to listen, and this is what is right now. Go ahead, and again, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for notifications on new videos. I hope this one was actually helpful, because a lot of people don't understand the importance of using a crystal ball and being able to understand them, because it's not something that's talked about a lot in a lot of communities. So this is, you know, something for you guys to look into, and I hope you enjoyed this video and you guys get more excited about doing scrying balls in the future. Blessings.